Now, Nikki Haley, she stepped in it, Dave. I am not one of those people who can't stand Nikki Haley. I realize like the hardcore Vivek people can't stand her now. I'm not one of, I would vote for Nikki Haley too. I guess I'm an easy date because I'd vote for any of these guys on the GOP side, except for Asa Hutchinson.
Right. You just don't want any more Biden or whatever that thing is. Yeah.
No, and I'm not alone because the ABC News poll shows that he's now at 33% approval rating, which is the lowest in 15 years for any president, worse than Trump's low as president, which was 36%. It's an embarrassment. It's an embarrassment. But anyway, back to Nikki Haley. She gets asked the most basic question since I asked it of Donald Trump, and he did okay on it. Everybody's being asked it. Here's how she handled it. What can a man become a woman? Watch.
One thing I saw him do was he said that, he had trouble answering the question, could a man become a woman? And I'm just wondering what your response to that question is.
Now, can a man become a woman? There's been a lot that's been talked about when it comes to all of these roles and all of these issues. I strongly believe that we should not allow any gender change surgeries to anyone before the age of 18, period. Kids now can't get a tattoo until they're 18. We shouldn't have them permanently change their body until they're 18. And that includes puberty blockers. That includes any sort of hormones that would do that. After the age of 18, we want to make sure people can live any way they want to live.
That's a dodge. The answer is no.
It's an unbelievably terrible answer, right? When you asked Trump, and you were, in that essence, you were just asking him, like, it's the easiest question. Men cannot become women. Women cannot become men. It's a different question than, are you okay morally with an adult male dressing as the opposite sex and using different pronouns? That's a completely different topic. But you cannot, Megyn, not to get too graphic here, but if I chop my wang off while we were doing this live, that wouldn't make me a woman. And if you chopped some tissue off your arm and gave yourself one, that wouldn't make you a man. I'm sorry. I know it's a little early in the day. I've been under a lot of pressure with this caucus thing, but you get the point. Everyone.
Oh my God, this is like an X-rated show. Wangs and caucuses.
Oh, I could have. There was some caucus. Well, she did it already, but that would.
There you go.
Yeah, good. That's good. That's good. But it's the easiest question. Why especially you're running as a Republican. This isn't even the general election yet where you're going to have to pander to some lefties. Well,
right. Is she? She's like, oh, the liberals love me, so I'm just going to give them this little, this candy. That was a total fail. Now, look, Trump did not answer this question well. Ron DeSantis headed out of the park. I think Trump eventually will get there. I don't think Trump is on team trans. But just for the audience at home, here's how it went when they got asked. Can a man become a woman?
In my opinion, you have a man, you have a woman. I think part of it is birth. Can the man give birth? No. Although they'll come up with some answer to that also.
Let me ask you something. Can a man become a woman?
No. How ridiculous that we're even asking that question.
God bless him. That was the only way to answer it.
Yeah, I mean, Trump, no, it doesn't have to do with birth because there are women, there are women, actual women who, for whatever reason, can't give birth. That doesn't not make them a woman. The fact that he was waffling there, it just doesn't really make sense to me. Of course, DeSantis is right. Nikki, it's just so weird. It's so she knows, right? And Trump knows it too. They know you cannot magically become the other gender. That is different than how people choose to live or what names they use or what clothes they wear. That's a completely different issue. But if we've whittled everything down to that, then you wonder why we have problems in every other way. If our politicians in modern times can't tell you that there are differences between boys and girls, like we got some serious, no wonder we can't solve a border or a Middle East war
Here's the problem. She's been strong on no boys and girl sports. Boys claiming that they're girls. She's been strong on that. And that's the only piece of this issue she's been strong on. That's the only piece. When she was asked at that CNN town hall about transitioning and they got a little closer to actual procedures, she wiggled. She didn't sound good at all. And Ron DeSantis has been trying to raise this repeatedly with her. She's been trying to dodge it. When she came on my show, post the debate, she said she was against the medicalization procedures for minors, but that was the clearest I ever heard her speak to it, and I was hammering her pretty good on it. She doesn't seem to be a diehard believer like most Republicans are on this. It's become what I think is really the social issue of our time. And in the women's lane, the civil rights issue of our time. I don't know that she's going to keep men out of women's spaces, locker rooms, bathrooms. Sports, I believe her because she's been saying that for a long time. But the bathroom, she didn't stand up for when she was in South Carolina. And the rest of it, she's been too soft on. She takes too long. And this is just the latest example. I hope and pray it's a pander. I hope it's a pander, but I don't think it is, Dave.
Do you think it's possible that her calculation on this is that she's like, oh, there's Trump is Trump. DeSantis is the, like hardcore anti-woke, anti-Disney guy. So she's like, I don't want to just replicate that. I want to just be like a slightly softer thing. She had that tweet. She had that tweet a couple of months ago where she basically was like, hey, this Disney, if you don't want to be in Florida, thanks to Ron DeSantis, come to South Carolina. And it's like, man, that is pathetic because every Republican, again, whether you want DeSantis to be president or not, should be very proud of and totally in support of what he did to Disney. So she's playing it both ways because she's trying to figure out what her angle is rather than just call balls and strikes. That was a pun. That was a pun. Did you get it?
There you go. Balls. Got another one in. I was against the Disney thing. I'm not pro-Disney at all, but as you know, you and I have debated that a number of times. Yeah, Ron DeSantis said I debated that. But I do like the FAFO, like nature of it. I like that. I just don't think I don't like politicians in our business. I don't like politicians, what it boils down to. True or false? Using your tax refund to pay off credit card debt is smart. False. False. DoneWithDebt.com published a strategy designed to let you keep your hard-earned tax refund and reduce or eliminate credit card debt. Most Americans owe thousands in credit card debt that will take years to pay off, if at all. Done with Debt found that filing bankruptcy is usually not the answer, and taking out loans to pay off credit cards can increase debt. When you engage Done with Debt, their legal experts and skilled negotiators take on the credit card companies for you. Their winning strategies are designed with one goal: solve your debt situation quickly and permanently. First things first, chat with a Done with Debt strategist and explore your solutions. Some debt fighting strategies are time sensitive, so you are going to need to move quickly. For a free consultation, visit donewithdebt.com. That's donewithdebt.com. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.